Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. WWE star John Cena is currently finishing up his retirement tour. Former wrestling writer Vince Russo recently spoke about his heel turn and how his run was executed. Back at Money in the Bank 2024, John Cena announced his retirement. He declared that 2025 would be his final year in active competition. Since then, the star turned heel at Elimination Chamber and attacked Cody Rhodes. However, with The Rock taking a step back from WWE, the booking floundered, and Cena lost his way with the heel turn. The creative team abandoned the idea, and John turned babyface again in the lead-up to SummerSlam. During this week's episode of Writing with Russo, the former writer mentioned that the entire heel storyline was very bad writing. He praised John for going along with the angle and trying to make sense out of it. Russo recalled that while the story was playing out, he had declared that Cena was the only one who could salvage this ridiculous booking. The former WWE head writer claimed that nobody could execute the booking, and yet the Cenation leader did the best he could. After this week's crown jewel, Cena has just 4 more dates remaining on his calendar. His last match will happen at Saturday night's main event on December 13. Pritish is a WWE news writer for Sportskeeda Wrestling who started watching wrestling in the later part of the Attitude Era. Although he holds a bachelor's degree in engineering, Pritish was a creative writer for his college, and his flair for creativity and love of pro wrestling eventually led him to the journalism field. After an initial stint in 2016 to 2017, he has been writing regularly for Sportskeeda since 2021. As someone who loves and respects the business, he prides himself on factual, clean, and ethical reporting, free of plagiarism and AI usage. One of the ways he ensures this is by transcribing videos that he reports on. Pritish had the privilege of interviewing superstar Matt Hardy in his career so far. Although his favorite wrestler is CM Punk, as he relates to his straight-edge philosophy. When he is not reporting news, he loves reading and collecting WWE action figures. He currently owns over 500 wrestling figures and merchandise. John Cena, one of WWE's most iconic babyfaces, opted for a surprising heel turn in 2025, only to see that bold switch stumble, falter, and ultimately be backtracked. But in the wreckage of that misfire, a WWE veteran has stepped forward with an unexpected perspective. Far from denigrating Cena's attempt, he is praising the effort, insisting that Cena did the best he could do. To understand the gravity of the praise, you need first to grasp the context of the heel turn and how it unraveled. Cena, in what many believe to be his final year in active competition, turned on Cody Rhodes at the Elimination Chamber. He aligned himself with The Rock, ostensibly to position himself as a darker, more ruthless persona. Yet that twist didn't land. With The Rock largely absent following the turn, the storyline lacked a stable anchor. Booking became inconsistent, motivations blurred, and the audience was left unsure whether to boo or still cheer. Eventually, WWE reversed the direction. Cena reverted to being a babyface, and the heel run was quietly abandoned. Cena himself has admitted the failure, acknowledging that his heel work bombed, and calling it a learning moment. "I just know I failed. I went out there and bombed. You can learn from failure, right?" he told a fan Q&A. So when a WWE veteran now defends that misstep, it carries weight. It's not denial, but empathy and respect for the performance under impossible odds. That veteran is none other than Vince Russo, former head writer in WWE's creative ranks. Russo, no stranger to controversy, is a figure whose opinions about booking and character development often provoke strong reactions. In a recent episode of Writing with Russo, he spoke at length about Cena's attempted heel turn. Russo conceded the angle's flaws, creative missteps, unclear direction, awkward pacing. But he made a point to absolve Cena of blame. "No doubt he went out there and did the best he could do," Russo said. "We were saying it every week. As bad as I thought it was, I was saying, my God, the only one that could make any sense out of this is Cena. Nobody could do this." In Russo's view, Cena was placed in a no-win situation. A legendary figure, beloved by fans, handed a risky heel role late in his career, with a shaky script and little continuity. And yet Cena gave it everything. From Russo's perspective, that attempt deserves recognition, not cynicism. It's a testament to Cena's professionalism, commitment, and willingness to take creative risks, even when the odds were stacked against him. This praise is more significant than mere lip service. Here's why. It comes from within the industry. Russo has worked in booking rooms where decisions are made, scripts crafted, and blame assigned. When someone from that realm acknowledges Cena's struggle, it suggests a deeper understanding that the failure wasn't all on Cena's shoulders. It reframes the narrative. Instead of a failed heel turn being a stain on Cena's legacy, Russo's commentary allows us to view it as a bold experiment that did not fully succeed, but was executed with effort, heart, and guts. It humanizes Cena's journey. Wrestling fans often see legends like Cena in mythic terms, but this praise underscores that even icons can stumble. And when they do, their integrity matters. It puts pressure back on creative. Russo's comments indirectly critique those who drafted or approved the heel angle. If Cena is to be absolved, then criticism must fall on the planning, coherence, and support around the turn. In short, Russo isn't saying the heel turn was a triumph. He's saying Cena's attempt was worthy of respect, that in a flawed script, Cena elevated it as best he could. But the failures were real. Not all was under Cena's control. To fully appreciate Russo's stance, it helps to examine the structural challenges Cena faced. Lack of The Rock's presence. A central component of the heel turn was Cena aligning with The Rock. Yet Rock's absence left the angle untethered. Many fans saw a betrayal with no payoff. Conflicting audience expectations. Cena has spent decades as a hero. Shifting that perception risks alienating fans. In practice, many parts of the audience still applauded him, diluting the heel effect. Inconsistent booking. Details mattered. Motivations, reactions, timeline. In many instances, the storytelling didn't deliver clarity. It felt reactive instead of intentional. Timing and legacy constraints. Cena's farewell run was always under public scrutiny. Any misstep would be magnified. The margin for miscalculation was slimmer than ever. Given these headwinds, to simply say Cena was at fault overlooks the mountain he was asked to climb. Interestingly, Cena has not shied away from responsibility. During the fan Q&A he said, "I just know I failed. I went out there and bombed." He didn't deflect blame entirely but framed it as part of the process. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You can learn from failure. That humility echoes Russo's praise. Cena may have faltered in execution, but he didn't run from it. In the wrestling business, where egos are massive and reputation's everything, that kind of candor is rare. Cena also suggested that he would revisit the heel angle more deeply after his final run is over. For now, he's pressing onward, closing out his career. After all is said and done, how will this episode sit in Cena's legacy? Russo's praise helps chart a plausible path. A demonstration of courage. Not every legend plays it safe. Cena attempted something unpredictable. That willingness will be remembered. A reminder of limitations. Even the greatest performers are constrained by structure, writers, timing. Legacy isn't only about outcomes, sometimes about the risk you attempted. A lesson for creative. Future storytellers will look at this and learn. If you assign a legend a drastic turn, you must back it fully, with consistent writing, firm direction, and narrative support. An affirmation of character. Cena's humility, work ethic, and perseverance are reinforced by both his own words and Russo's defense. John Cena's heel turn was far from a triumph. It was uneven, chaotic, at times baffling, and ultimately reversed. Yet in that chaos, a WWE insider has chosen to see something more. A veteran who, given the tools and constraints, still stood fast and did the work. Vince Russo's praise. He did the best he could do. Isn't sugarcoating. It's a nod to the reality that sometimes in pro wrestling, as in life, the effort itself is worth recognition, even when the result misses the mark. Cena may never be remembered as the greatest heel in WWE. And that's okay. What matters is that he tried, he owned, and he left no room for excuses. And in that attempt, Many see strength more than failure.